preparing. All right, we are live on YouTube. I'll give people another couple minutes to hop on if they're going to hop on with us before we start. So you guys can sit here and look, twiddle your thumbs for about a minute, and then we're going to get started. All right, I think that's enough time. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our, Jesus Christ. Welcome back to our youth engagement series. I am your host, Chris, along with my two co-hosts, Amada and Ellen. Amada, how are you doing today?
Hey, Chris, I'm doing good. Trying to enjoy coincidentally, every time we have a live on YouTube, it's super sunny outside. So I'm like, not get through this in a bad way, but I'm really excited to go outside. But I'm also excited to honor the graduates too today, and a few of them that are graduating here a little bit, but we'll give you that little spiel here in a little bit. But thanks for asking, Chris.
Ellen, how are you doing today?
Hey, Chris. Hey, Amada. I'm doing good. Like Amada said, I'm excited to get out in the sun as well. And I'm also happy to see Zoe and Jordan and Joe today.
So you guys didn't know before, this is our graduation week. We are celebrating all of our Two Feathers kids that have graduated. And as a special treat, we have 3 of them on with us today. I'm gonna start with the youngest one, Mr. Jordan Brown. Why don't you tell us a little something about yourself and tell us why you're here.
Jordan,
You're muted, dude.
Unmute. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? Okay, so my name is Jordan. I play basketball. I went to MMS. I just graduated 8th grade, and I'm on here because I don't know. I think all of you guys are really cool, and I thought it would just be like a fun experience, you know.
Thank you, Jordan. Happy to have you here with us. Next, we have Zoe, who you've probably seen before with our language piece. So Zoe, why don't you introduce yourself again and tell us why you're here.
Ayuki kawada na nithoi asim chak payemiach nimyati wayatithanin. Thank you all for having me here. I'm here on Wiyot land. Thank you all for recognizing our graduates, and shout out to Ellen for graduating too.
Thank you for that. We haven't gotten to Ellen yet. We're gonna have her last because she got a special award, so we're gonna highlight that. So our last youth, you guys probably met him last week at our substance abuse conference, but he is back and he's willing to tell us a little about yourself. So I'm gonna get this way and talk to. What's up, Joe Lou? How you doing?
I'm doing good today. How's everyone else doing? Yeah, my name's Joe Lewis. Yeah.
Short and sweet. I like it. So before we get started, Zoe, you said you have a prayer for us, so let you go and say a prayer for us right now.
Ayuki kowa tani achicha khas imkunok ki vihukti tayav. Oka tivthanen we kareyav. Huka hinupa imkun. Yacha payokut ko adadasok kuniv yihukti. Kidikowad kun ye shipchas kun hutti kidikowad kun ye shipchas kun chu penati. Karuchai kun pikro kesh nanuthethanen. Kidihus kun piduwo nanthithanin. Pahoi ko wada tanu aramsi premti. Yav kun pikro kesh ko wada mukun adaras ko wada mukun cave nikachas kadu mukun pihanichas wayach. Hud imkun ithan kukupanik nu wada payemwa nukupesh chuhpai panu akihi kidi kuwenakid ko wada pa adaras khas ok kuniv yihuk chimi kuthiti wana fat wadawa panu chupru panu chupru dunhesh pai pasupa kidiko wada if kitch panu chupesh o kathiptanin we kareyav huka hinupa im kun bawa payok wada tai pe tharan pu hitch kun kuhati wa ithithanin thanin. Chai ok uwishri hesh pa yiki o kathiptanin we kareyav Jimmy geek the tiwi hoi pakadam u adam sipademti Jimmy wakan wudu bakti Chai ok pakadam o kathiptanin we kareyav Yacha payok hut wada pe thithanin. Jimmy Hus kik eith tijuana ko wada nanu cave nikachas nanu pihanichas ko wada nanu adadas kadu pa asektawansas pa awansas ko wada nanu hitachas kadu wada chaifate kun kuhesh kidi pa yiki chas ok ninai ukhipathunati chai ek umahesh nanu tithanin chai ek umahesh nanu adadas chate ko wada tithanin ya wada hesh pesh kesh ko wada pasam wado ko wada pakamish ko wada pakamish tun wechas kada wada o kathiptanin we kareyav im kun nufuhishti im kun numa harati shwe. Sorry if that was really long.
No, thank you for that, Zoe. And we're going to count the telephone in the background as part of your prayer. So thank you for that. So we are going to start with the first question. And I'm going to start with the oldest. So Ellen, you're going to answer the first question. And then all the kids are going to follow your lead. So for you first, how does it feel to graduate? What is the importance of graduation for you?
I think graduating college feels a lot more satisfying than it did graduating high school. But I felt more free after graduating high school than I do now because now I have to I'm doing the master's, but I'm just really happy to be graduated and I'm really happy for everything that I learned. It felt so much more helpful and meaningful. And I guess graduation means to me kind of like growing up and like getting better, kind of. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Zoe, I'm gonna go to you next.
What was the question?
What does it mean to graduate and how important is graduation to you?
Graduation is really important to me. I believe for any person that graduation is like an acknowledgement of all the work they've put in and it may just be like a piece of paper, but it is definitely a big accomplishment for any person of any age.
Thank you for that. Joe Lou, I'll let you go next.
Oh yeah, graduation means to me is just like I guess opening another door into the future, I guess, or like taking another step towards like I don't know, just being a successful, I guess, when you graduate high school. That's another big head start you're gonna get. So it means a lot to me. Graduating high school, it was a big achievement because I don't know. It was just super great. It was awesome graduating high school. One of my best feelings in the world. So yeah.
Thank you, Joe Lou. Jordan, I'll end it with you for that question. You gotta get your mute off, dude.
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, so graduating middle school to me it's like creating new opportunities to like learn and do different stuff. And I don't know, it's just it's like an accomplishment. And yeah.
Thank you for that. Glad you guys all can talk about that. The other question I have for all you guys before Amada asks the question is, how was your graduation different in this time of COVID? I know you guys didn't have a normal graduation, so you guys want to talk about that and how different that is. Alan, I'll start with you.
So I knew I'd be graduating college, and we had planned to do like this big party with my family because my family's huge. And so we had this big party planned out, and then COVID hits, and now I can't celebrate with my family all together in the same place. And so we had to work around that because they all were like pushing for me to have a celebration and whatnot. I was I just wanted to be down about it, and I didn't want to do anything because it didn't seem like an accomplishment because I wasn't walking across the stage, you know? But after we had those few like family dinners and photo op kind of things, I felt a lot better about it. And I also felt like I'm in this unique situation to where like I don't have that general kind of celebration. I had something that was special and something that I can always look back to and like relate to. This class specifically, like all of you guys, we had the same problem, but it's also like a unique problem that we got together, that we have together and got through together. And it sucked, but then again, it didn't, because I had more personal time with each of my family members. So yeah.
Thank you for that. Zoe, I'll go to you next.
I guess I was like really bummed out about not being able to celebrate with any of my family because I too have like a large family, and that was like my only like bummer, I guess. And I've barely got to see any of them, but I definitely did feel like appreciated from everyone here at like Two Feathers who has encouraged me and taken the time to show support, and all of that really meant a lot during these times where I couldn't, have these celebrations in person.
Thank you. Joe, I'll go to you next.
That was a question again.
How does it feel to be graduating in like the COVID time, or how different is it to have that graduation during this time?
Oh man, mine was sick. So anyway, mine was like, I wouldn't say it was like one of the best graduations, but it could have been a lot better, but like it was as good as it was gonna get. And I had a pretty good graduation. I mean, everyone else kind of felt a little bit different about ours, but then I felt totally like, oh no, I'm just so glad I'm graduating. Like it's just cool to graduate. I mean, I didn't really care the fashion we graduated. It was just like, that I graduated. So I thought it was still pretty cool. I was kind of bummed too, because I do have a big family and I didn't really get to spend like graduation time with them. We did like have a sort of like a barbecue thing like before my graduation day, but it was only like 7 people maybe. So yeah, I was kind of bummed out about that. But yeah, other than that, graduation was cool. So, yeah.
I will say that Hoopa Hodge graduation was one of the most unique graduations I think I've been to, just because it was all online, all on the track, and you got to drive through the track. It was still a good graduation. All these guys, I'm very proud of them. So I'm glad that I got to be there for that. Jordan, I'll let you go next and answer this question.
I was kind of bummed out because I wanted to see my whole family, or well, like a good amount of my family there, like in the bleachers when I walked up, but I didn't. And this, like, the feeling was like the same, just graduating. Like, I was happy I graduated 8th grade because high school was gonna bring like new opportunities to me. And yeah, I was just bummed I didn't get to see like all my family. I only saw like a couple members.
Thank you, Jordan. Mata, I believe you have the next question for our graduates.
Just kind of leading off a segue to that, but I guess I'll start with Zoe first. What are kind of some ways that your school celebrated you guys virtually, just because I'm interested? And you guys touched a little bit on your family, but you can share again kind of some ways you felt you were celebrated from your school and your family or close loved ones.
I thought it was pretty cool that McKinleyville High School put up banners all along Central Avenue. They put them up on the day of graduation. They stayed up for a couple weeks, and I would have like family members tell me like, "Oh, I saw your banner, like congratulations." And just like those kind of those like little tokens that we used to not appreciate so much, like getting cards in the mail or just like random calls and texts like, "Oh, congratulations," like, "Hi, how are you?" Like, those were really nice. I appreciated like just all the support from everybody that I've received in like recent times.
Thanks, Zoe. I saw Julian put his whole language class for Zoe's graduation. So
Yeah,
I
that
do think a little bit for that.
that makes me feel appreciated for sure. He made a whole language class around my around my graduation.
I was laughing. I was like tuning in for serious, and then he's like, "We're gonna do this," and he was like having technical difficulties and switched over. So it was funny.
Yeah, switched over to
Lynn's took over hers. So it was funny. Jolu, I'll go to you next. What were some ways that your school celebrated you, and maybe some of your close family and friends?
Which was cool. Was one of the things that I noticed was it was kind of like the same thing with the banners. Like she talked about, they're like, I don't know if you drove past through Hoopa and like seeing the fence on the baseball field right there. Like they kind of put up like a picture, like a banner of each graduate and their face right there. I thought that was pretty cool because they did it. They went all out on it. They like even added some designs around it and stuff, and like put our names and stuff, and like they were all good pictures. So I appreciate them for that. And one cool thing was how much like the school board, I guess, fought for us having that graduation, because that was a big fight for us to get that graduation done for us. And I really appreciate our school board doing that. So that was cool. And just how much it felt like how much they've made me feel good like to graduate, because I got handed like I guess one of those like candy necklaces, and I wasn't expecting that, so that was cool. And the school gave you like a necklace, so that was cool too. Like how they just gave you a necklace. Oh, thank you, Chris. But yeah, so that was awesome.
Yeah, it's weird to get like all the little things when it's on graduation day that are getting to you. Now it's almost like you're using the tangible stuff to feel really well, but that's really nice. I'm glad that sometimes the picture quality too on those things don't turn out well, but I saw the ones everywhere and they looked really good, so I was happy that they went all out. Jordan, what about you?
I was really appreciative of like our school actually putting in a like good effort to make it memorable, because it was like a drive-through, and then they handed you your gown, and then you got to take pictures with your family, and then at the end they gave you your yearbook and a goodie bag, which has some candy in it, which that was pretty cool. But I'm really glad they actually put in the effort and just didn't want to do it on like online. So I'm appreciative of that.
I'm glad that your guys' schools all found ways to figure it out. My brother's graduating from Eureka and he still has like not got a it's kind of really lame. He hasn't got a graduation or anything yet, and they're like doing it in July. So I feel really bad. But I'm glad all of you guys were able to fortunate to get stuff. But I'll kick it back to Chris.
You forgot there's Ellen. You forgot our college graduate. Ellen, what about you?
We just had the live where it showed your picture if you turned one in, and it showed your name and your degree. So yeah, that's all I got for graduating.
Your sash was really cool too.
Oh yeah, ITEP gives sashes every year, and I had my mom put together the beading and whatnot, and she got Debbie McConnell to bead a little basket to put on there because I'm a child development major, and so yeah, had a little mini basket on it and like the acronyms of my degrees.
I liked it too.
I'm jealous I didn't get one of those for my graduation, but that's okay. I'll have to call your mom for next year.
Not that you're not.
Stop. Okay, for the next question for all you guys is what could you tell for people who are like going into their senior year or going into their 8th grade year for next year and like are looking forward to graduation? What can you tell them to look forward to for their last year, or what can you tell them to focus on, I guess? Zoe, I'll start with you.
I guess what I would say to anybody, you can't really control what's gonna happen. Even with this pandemic, we don't know how next school year is gonna look. It's most likely gonna be online. Maybe another virtual graduation commencement. But I know that with this, my experience with this school year, that I would hope that people are more prepared for these graduations so that everybody gets shown appreciation, like with Ellen. Like I kind of wish that they did more than just like that video or something. But I don't know. I guess I'll just have to wait and see in 2 years how my graduation is going to be from CR, and if they're just going to do like a video and stuff, or who knows. But I'm kind of glad that Joe had like a fun graduation, that they got to drive on the track, and maybe it's different on the res, but here in McKinleyville they just redid the track, so I'm sure they didn't want tire marks all over. But
I was so surprised that they let them do that because I went to school there and they never ever let us drive on the track. So that was like an exception, I guess.
yeah, they went all out. They went all out for him. But I just hope that everybody like nonetheless like acknowledges their own accomplishments, like how Ellen got some kind of achievement. I forgot, but I just hope everyone feels good. Outstanding student you are, Ellen.
Yes, Ellen is our little outstanding P. She's our little outstanding student. So shout out to Ellen for that.
She's a star.
She gets our gold star for the day.
Thanks, Zoe.
Speaking of gold stars, Ellen, want to talk about want to answer that question? Talk about your experience.
What was the question again?
Honestly forgot, but what
I remember the question.
what's the question?
Okay,
Joe?
so the question was, how are you gonna like, okay, so like give to like upcoming 8th graders, upcoming seniors, like what are you gonna tell them to like expect them next year?
Oh, everything changes. Your last year is like your last year right before you graduate, either 8th grade or high school or college, is the best year. So enjoy it as much as you can and take advantage of your relationships with your teachers and your counselors and whatever, and like make sure you're still talking to them and because it changes a lot after that. So just enjoy it. It's the best year. That's all I have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You got to make sure you enjoy your time here in school, because when you're not in school, you're going to be regretting it. So Joe, I'll go to you next. What advice do you have besides taking my job?
Just have fun. Just like, I mean, even if, because we did still have some of the school year left, like we was in school and then all the stuff started happening like recently with this COVID stuff. But anyway, just enjoy it. Even if you're like take online classes or whatever, and just like try to go out and have as much fun as you can. Even with your classmates, sometimes, other classmates can't come out and do certain activities with you. You might not be in school with them most of the year, maybe half of the year, but yeah, but if you do get some time with them and some time with your teachers, and, keep relationships built up, whatever, just have fun. Because it goes by quick. It goes by like that. After, I can't even really remember anything after sophomore year, honestly. It just went by quick.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Jordan, I'll go to you next.
For upcoming 8th graders, it's just being like respectful to your teachers and just trying to be nice to everyone. And 8th grade year does hit different because it's your last year, so just like try to take advantage of it, and you don't want to like go out of 8th grade with regrets. So just do it as much like activities as you can and engage in different things.
Thank you for that. I know my 8th grade year, I used to be a little troublemaker. So if I would have come back, I probably wish I could have done my 8th grade year different. So thanks for that, Jordan. So my last, I guess, I'll send it to Amada, but I have one more question before I do, is just what do you guys have going on next? What do you guys plan on doing after this graduation, whether it's going to high school or going to college? What do you guys plan on doing next? Jordan, I'll start with you this time.
My plan is to make varsity first year for basketball, and just work my butt off and try to make varsity first year.
Hopefully you're also going to go to school in that time too. Like, you got to go to high school. Zoe, how about you?
I'm going to continue pursuing my language and invest as much time as I can. Going to CR in the fall. Just continuing with the path I'm on.
Thank you for that. How about you, Miss Ellen?
I'm going to be pursuing a master's in social work, and I'll still be working with Two Feathers. So same thing I've been doing for 2 years now.
Thank you for that. Joe Lou, how about you?
Thinking about going to CR in the fall. Like I'm doing maybe like 2 semesters there, and then transferring to SOU to study in fire ecology to invest my time in becoming a fire investigator.
Very nice. And then maybe hopefully we can get a job at Two Feathers. Virgil or someone's watching this, he needs a job. Amada, do you have one more question before we kind of wrap this up?
That was going to be my question to wrap up. I was going to kind of ask about their future kind of endeavors, but I guess one thing for me is what is extracurriculars kind of meant to you guys to get through that little bit of like senioritis that you might have dealt with, or kind of how did you guys deal with that when that came about? I think that'll end with that one. As I'll start with Jordan this time.
What do you mean by that? Sorry.
I guess you'll find out soon. It hits even harder in high school, but kind of like when you get a little bit towards the end of the year and you're getting the jitteries and you kind of want to be done and you're like, I don't want to do it's so close to the end of the year and it's harder to turn in work, that kind of feeling. How did you kind of work through that or get through that? Or if you didn't experience that too?
I don't experience that because I know that education is super important at my age, and like I just try my best in like all the work I would do. because I know my education can get me places if I need it to. So it's just important to me.
That's a good answer. I agree. I feel like education could definitely get you places, and people don't realize that there's a lot of funding out there if you just got to find the right scholarships and stuff. But Zoe, did you experience any senioritis?
I definitely had like senioritis. I was actually like, I wasn't looking forward to like all the events that ended up being canceled. But I feel like since we didn't have like all those, I guess like mile markers kind of, I didn't feel like a rush until the last minute, and I had like classwork to do and stuff. But like under the circumstances, my teachers were like really accommodating, and I'm really thankful for that. I don't think it would have hit as harder as if it was like a normal in-person school year. But I definitely felt that, like the jitters and I guess like the not so pretty sides of like, I don't know, just putting off my work and stuff. It wasn't something I'm proud of, but I don't blame myself under the circumstances.
When everything's online, it's weird. And then in certain areas where you are, all that. So I'm glad the teachers were accommodating. Joe Lou, was there any kind of experience that you felt with that or senioritis?
I'd say kind of towards the beginning of the year, like the one thing that helped me was like kind of like, I guess, coast through like a comfortable level was keeping my grades good, was like sports in a way. So like during the whole entire football season, I kept like a 3.5. And then in the basketball season, I kind of midway, I was like dropping a little bit. And I realized that, and I was like, I gotta, you know, get my stuff together and start getting these grades up. So I did. I kind of pulled through it towards the end, and I had enough grades to play baseball. And that was kind of like when like things were like getting towards the end. The school year was getting towards the end, and I was just like, holy crap, I didn't do any scholarships. I didn't fill out no scholarships. I didn't even apply to any colleges yet. And I was just like, and my grades are kind of on ease a little bit. So it was a bunch of stuff at the end of the year that kind of like hit me all at once. Like, man, I need to do scholarships, but then I don't have enough time to do scholarships because I need to do my homework. Then it was just crazy. Yeah, I definitely caught the bad case of senioritis at the end of the year, kind of towards the end of the year. Then COVID stuff started happening, and then that kind of like calmed everything down. But then I was still like, all right, all I need to do now is just focus on graduating. So yeah.
I'm glad you guys all worked through that, because that's something, it gets the best of you, I feel like. What about you, Ellen? How was it you're graduating with your undergrad?
I feel like I had senioritis like every year in college. But definitely this last year with all of COVID and whatnot and trying not to get sick, there's a lot of anxiety. And when you have anxiety, you can't think, like your mind just doesn't like work the same. And so I couldn't do my homework because I was freaking out that I was going to get sick, or that the world was changing, and that school was completely different. And so, yeah, my senioritis was like horrible. And I think the best way that I got through it was my coworkers at Two Feathers and my supervisors. Everyone kind of just like, we're all doing it, so you're going to have to do it. And so it was kind of like watching other people do it and knowing that you should be able to do it also. So kicking yourself in gear is what got me and my work to actually graduate. Because there was a time there I was so worried. Thank you. Shout out to my professors for being so kind. Yeah.
I could not imagine with this, like even the graduation part too, and on top of school and not getting sick, and just how we're like Native communities and elders and everything. It would have been crazy. So I'm glad you're still here and doing good, Ellen. All right, Chris, you have anything for us?
I will tell all you guys before we leave that senioritis never goes away. I've had senioritis since about 1982, and I still have it. I'm probably always going to have senioritis, even trying to turn in work, but You will get through it. You will, you guys will be great. And we are about the end of our live, but I wanted to once again shout out all three of you guys for coming on and tell you guys are doing a great job and being that showing people who are coming up next that you guys are doing great things. For our graduation week, this is not the only thing that we have. We are also going to highlight these three and all of our other graduates on Friday at 3 o'clock for
Got marching, all right?
for Jordan, you gotta get off of mute, dude. But we are going to have our graduation ceremony at 3 o'clock on Friday. So all these guys will be on there. Our other graduates will be on there too, and then we will have a surprise for you guys coming in the future. So if you're a graduate and a Two Feathers kid, make sure you check that out. We will be coming to surprise you some way, shape, or form. We are also going to be having more of this stuff, so you will be seeing more of these kids and more of our Two Feathers kids on our lives too. So that's all I have to wrap it up. Jolu, wrap it up with us.
Later, guys. Later.
Jordan, see you later.
See ya.
Zoe, see you later.
So Winnick.
Ellen, Waka, see you guys later.
Amada.
Did I say Waka? Sorry, Amada.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you guys for being on this meeting. I really appreciate it. So
And for all you guys watching on YouTube, this wasn't supposed to be formal, not supposed to be like an interview. I just wanted these guys to come on and have fun with us. This is what we do here. We're gonna do more of this stuff, so make sure you guys check that out. That's all I got. See you guys next week. We'll be back with something new. And make sure you guys check out it on Friday. So see you guys.
Thanks for having me.